Now in chapter 3, this is where we're going to go into verse 1 in chapter 3, because this is where we see the villain of the story, wonderfully played by Ryan today. Praise the Lord. Great job. Gets funnier every year. Haman is the most, or one of the most major types of the Antichrist in the Bible. We looked in our Samuel series a few weeks ago about all the types of Antichrist that we see in the book of Samuel. And the Bible is full of them. All the wicked men, they all foreshadow the Antichrist in some way. Well, Haman is one of the best examples of a type of the Antichrist. So Esther chapter 3 and verse 1. After these things, King Ahasuerus or Xerxes promoted Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes who were with him. And all the king's servants who were within the king's gate bowed and paid homage to Haman, for so the king had commanded concerning him. But Mordecai would not bow or pay homage. So everyone was told that they've got to bow to Haman. Haman's been promoted to a position of honor, and everyone has to bow before Haman. But of course, Mordecai, Esther's older cousin, is the one who would not bow because he bows to God only. Now, one thing you need to understand about Haman is that it tells us he was an Agagite. He was a descendant of a king by the name of King Agag. We've recently done this in our Samuel series from 1 Samuel 15. King Agag was one of the Amalekites who was spared. When King Saul was told to destroy them all, King Agag was one who was spared. And we also know that there are more Amalekites as well who were not destroyed, because we see more Amalekites keep showing up throughout the rest of 1 Samuel all the way into 2 Samuel. So King Saul did not destroy all the Amalekites as he was told to do so. And of course, 500 years after the time of King Saul, around the time of Esther, we see this guy Haman show up, who was a descendant of King Agag. Now Mordecai refused to bow to Haman, and Haman was completely enraged that he was refusing, and therefore he turned against the Jews completely. Let us continue in verse 3. Then the king's servants who were within the king's gate said to Mordecai, "Why do you transgress the king's command?" Now it happened when they spoke to him daily that he would not listen to them, that they told to Haman to see whether Mordecai's words would stand. For Mordecai had told them that he was a Jew. When Haman saw that Mordecai did not bow or pay homage, Haman was filled with wrath. But he disdained to lay hands on Mordecai alone. In other words, the thought of destroying just Mordecai was an offense to him.